She is a certified health, wellness, and fitness coach and owns a Curves Fitness Club in Champaign, Illinois. She is an NLP master trainer and master life coach. She is an associate professor of medicine at the University of Illinois in Urbana, Champaign, and has taught many students and faculty for 22 years. She is a scientist and has ongoing research in nutrition, weight loss, and lifestyle changes. Get ready to be inspired by her keynote talk, Life Transformation to Optimal Health and Wellness. Please welcome to the stage Dr. Jennie Hsu.
Jennie. Thank you. I'm delighted to be with all of you today. And I'm honored that I get to share my story and my purpose and passion and what I believe as a lifestyle medicine physician and as a health, life, and wellness coach, that there is the chance to transform our health for all of us. It wasn't, though, always this way for me. Back in 2010, I was a busy primary care doctor with 4 kids and a husband. One cold winter day, my husband came home and said, "I am done." And he wanted a divorce. Everything I thought I knew was solid in my life just came crashing down. I felt alone and scared, helpless. I found myself one day on the bottom of my bathroom floor, crying for what seemed to be hours. And I knew that I had to go on. A friend of mine, Susan, saw how down I was and said, "Jennie, let's go to Curves." And that changed my life. Within months, I'd lost weight in inches. I had more energy. I felt so good about myself. And I saw that change is possible. I was so excited about this. I wanted to share this with my patients, my family, and because I could see that the transformation right in front of their eyes. I actually had a physician who was my patient say, "Jennie, you don't look old enough. Maybe you were 10 when you had your son." I was 25 and my son is now 27. And things in my life were going along. I reconciled with my husband for a few years. And then another cold winter night, he came home and said, "I am done." And this time, he meant it. I was devastated. I knew the statistics behind broken families, and I was afraid for my children. I was desperate. I went to a family friend, Robbie. He handed me a VHS tape. You know, one of those things that you used to get stuck in that machine. It was a yoga meditation tape by Rodney. And I listened to it faithfully until I had it down. And that transformed my life. Because I saw myself rising from the ashes as a phoenix, creating possibilities for myself and for my family. And it was magical, because by the time my divorce ended and finalized in 2016, I had the strength and the grace within myself to forgive myself and the father of my children. I was so inspired by all the lifestyle changes I could see that I was on a mission. I wanted to find out more, and I discovered lifestyle medicine. And I found that there were 50 years of research behind the power of lifestyle medicine. People who reversed their heart disease, got off medications, including insulin if they were type 2 diabetics for years and years. It was amazing. And one conference I went to, there was a doctor there who so inspired me that I became a certified coach. So I thought, oh, I've got the skills. I know what I need to do. And so I then was so excited that I went to see other physicians and started talking to them about lifestyle medicine. I gave talks. I was actually a keynote speaker for my organization talking about lifestyle medicine. I did research projects with my medical students, my residents, about lifestyle medicine. I was so excited. And I approached the president and physician leader of my hospital organization, because I thought, we're serving 1.5 billion people, and people need to know this information. And he was interested, so a group of other colleagues who were lifestyle medicine practitioners, we got and prepared a presentation for the hospital executive board. So as I sat across one of the physician leaders, he said, I don't exercise, and I'm fine. This time, I was done. So, this is what has led me to create Wellness Visions, where we empower people to heal through education, coaching, and building a community. And I'm going to share the 3 keys for transforming your health and life and taking your power back.
Yeah.
So the first key is creating a vision of what you want to see. Now, did you know that only 8% of people fulfill their New Year's resolution goals? And I can say I did that too. You know, I didn't actually fulfill it, but now I know the keys to doing that. And we know life is busy. Sometimes people don't know where to go or what to do. And there's so much stress out there. Actually, Dr. Deepak Chopra said that really 95% of chronic disease is due to stress, whether it's high blood pressure, depression, anxiety. But you know, the secret, which should not be secret, is that is totally reversible, because I've seen it happen, not only for people who've shared their stories with me, but clients I've taken care of. Because change is possible. So I attended a lifestyle medicine talk a few years ago, and I was inspired by Dr. Tracy Godet, who at that time was the head of the VA system's whole life program. And she was just a remarkable, inspirational speaker. She shared a story of a woman who listened to just one talk of hers and was so excited. And she came up to Dr. Tracy Godet and said, because she had heard this question, what do you want to live your life for? And so this woman, who was very type A, stressed out, very dutiful executive, had a chronic disease. And she would be very dutifully going to see her doctor every 3 to 4 weeks, getting her labs, seeing her doctor. And the doctor would tell her, you know, you've got a lot of stress going on in your life. What if you tried meditation? And she said, no, I'm just too busy for that. But after she heard Dr. Godet's talk, she decided, I want to hike up Mount Kilimanjaro. And so when she went to see her doctor the next time, that's what she told him. And he said, make it happen. So she started meditating 1 hour a day. And she made it to the top of Mount Kilimanjaro. The second key is changing your mindset. Because we all know that there are thoughts, feelings, memories, doubts we might have that hold us back. That's human. But when you look at some of the things that happens in our world, for example, we have all been through COVID. It's a very stressful time. And unfortunately, we've seen the very sad statistics of what has happened to mental health. And this comes up a story I'd like to share with all of you from a couple years ago. I was taking care of a sweet young woman named Megan. She's 21, very bright. I could see she was very fashionable. She liked to dress herself up. But she struggled with suicidal ideation. So the first time I saw her, I was so worried about her. I called in the social worker right away because we needed to get her set up with psychiatry, a therapist right away. And we were with her for hours because we didn't want her to be alone. We wanted her to be safe. She did get some help. She came back to see me, and we would talk about her dreams. She was interested in psychology. And I felt that perhaps I sparked some hope for her. I didn't see her for a while, but I thought of her. I thought about what happened to Megan. I hadn't seen her for a while, and because of privacy, I couldn't always access sensitive records. So I was devastated a year ago when I found out she lost her life. She ended it. And so when I discovered Neurolinguistic Programming, NLP, I found that I had the tools I could use to help people break through these barriers. I started working with Dan, a first-year dental student. His mom was really scared because he was doing really well in dental school, but got really sick with a lot of stomach issues, landed up in the hospital twice in a month. He was really behind, and she was worried that he wasn't gonna make it. But she knew that a psychologist friend of hers had used NLP in prison inmates successfully decades ago. So I started working with Dan, and Dan, when he did the breakthrough with me, the first thing we do is to just uncover and just release anger. Said, I don't have any anger at all. I've worked on this for years with therapists. And to his credit, he did. For he had lifestyle choices that did not fit in with the religious upbringing that he grew up in. Mm-hmm. But he was willing. He found out he was angry at himself. And I was so proud of him as I saw this tears streaming down his face, and that he had this weight lifted from his shoulders. Because change is possible. The third key is really taking action. And these can be simple changes y'all can make. And we know that actually 40% of our behavior is based on habits. But many of us are very unconscious of this. I know I was unconscious of my own habits for so long. And so it speaks to the idea that if you can really not only create the vision and change your mindset and couple this with creating powerful, simple habits that is exciting for you, you can totally transform your health. And so I had an opportunity to work with a coaching client named Jill. She was in her early 50s, successful entrepreneur, 3 businesses. She was a tax accountant, a real estate agent, and also was an insurance agent. And she was such a giver. She would teach Sunday Bible studies to a group of women. She had loving sons and grandchildren, but she was so frustrated and so excited when she saw me. She said, "You are the one I've been looking for." Because she had been going back between her cardiologist because she had some heart problems and an endocrinologist because she had thyroid problems that were autoimmune. And it was like ping pong, bouncing back and forth, each one telling the other to go to the other doctor. It was so frustrating for her. Now, when I asked her, "What do you want to live your life for?" she said, "I want to be able to be there for my grandchildren, to play with them, to take them on trips." She loves to go on vacations. And so we knew what her vision was. But we also knew that stress was what was causing her to be ill. Because every tax season, come January, her legs would start swelling up. She'd have trouble breathing even because of the heart failure she would go into. So we started creating ways that we can bring that down because she was not taking care of herself either. She realized that she needed to prioritize herself. She needed to give voice to what her needs were, because that was why she was having thyroid problems. And so within a couple months, we worked on guided meditations that I personally optimized for her. She created new healthy habits of what she wanted to eat and how she wanted to move. And I taught her how to do deep breathing exercises. And it was a remarkable transformation because within 2 months, she went from a heart imaging study that showed that she had moderately reduced heart function to near normal. It was an amazing transformation. She was so thrilled and so excited. Now, I don't know about you, but I think it's time for a change in how we're looking at how we're living our life and how our health is. In 2020, we spent $4.1 trillion in the US, and we're ranked dead last in terms of the countries that are equivalent to our income. There's something not right. I don't think that that's right. I believe that a change needs to come. I think we all think a change needs to come. I think you know a change needs to come. So, if you're stressed, frustrated by the kind of care you're getting, and not being heard, I invite you to book a 1-hour discovery call with me. Because during your discovery call, we're gonna take a deep dive into what really is bothering you and keeping you from the best health ever. And we're gonna create an action plan for you that you're gonna be able to work on right away. And the beautiful thing is that you have that power within yourself. Now back to that story. When I said I was done, is because I care that each person gets the best health ever that they're meant to have, to live the life of their dreams. I think it's time for change for all of us in regard to health and wellness. So come join my community in Wellness Visions, and let's revolutionize health and wellness in our world.
Yeah! There you go, Jennie! Jennie. Woo! Woo! Good job, Jennie.
Thank
Good
you.
job, Jennie.
Thank you.
How do you feel, Jennie?
I feel great. I feel great. Awesome. On top of the world.